Good morning, or buenos dias, as we say here in Spain. My name is Alicia, so I will be showing you the Football Job event platform. I'm talking to you from Alicante, where we have our Football Job offices. So we're just going to wait here. There will be a few more people joining us. In the meanwhile, I'll just share my screen and we can get started. So once again, thank you for joining us this morning for a webinar, basically to show you how the Football Job event management platform works. So at Football Job, we've developed an event management platform specifically for our users. It is free to use for any user of Football Job. This is a platform that's really good for any sort of clubs, private entity, any one in the football world that is organizing group activity. So this time of year, we do have, of course, a lot of campus here in Spain, for example. It's the season for the Easter campus, and it's very common as well to for clubs to host these such of activities. So I'm going to go ahead here and show you a demo. The demo is all fictitious information. So let's just get started. So just to introduce myself, my name is Alicia Fraser. I am the head of partnership here for all the events that we organize at Football Jobs. If you have any questions during this presentation or afterwards, please go ahead and send us an email. Myself or anyone in our team will respond and will help you. So the email itself is eventos@futboljobs.com. Of course, our Spanish roots. So it is written eventos with an O. So the key features of this platform, we will go through the attendee registration. So we'll show you how you can streamline your activities into using this platform for your attendees to register, payment collection and payouts. Of course, if you're dealing right now with organizing campus or activities and people are sending you bank transfers and such, well, this way now with this platform, you'll have a place to have it all basically going through your Stripe account and pretty straightforward. So camp or activity management dashboard, you have a full dashboard to issue refunds, to create activities and such, and we'll go through that. On the day management, we do have as well a platform that is mobile friendly. So of course, as the organizer, you do organize, I would imagine, everything on your computer, but the day of the event, it's important for your coaches or people who are leading the activity to have the information at hand on their mobile phone, correct? Especially if you're dealing with children and such, you want to know if they have specific allergies and such. And marketing and communication. So it's a very good platform in terms of marketing. People will register to events. You will get, of course, their information for future promotions and such. So it's not just a good tool, of course, to sell your activities and such, but and to save time, of course, but it'll be also a good marketing tool to go ahead. So in just in full transparency to get started, of course, it is a free service that we offer here at Football Jobs. So the platform, you do not need to pay a setup fee, a monthly fee, or a yearly fee. When we create an activity, I'll show you a little bit how it works, because what we will do is take a very small percentage of every sale, but you can do service charges. So the platform will end up being free for your organization. More on that as I explain. And also we are a Stripe verified partner. So to use the platform, you will need to connect with your Stripe account. If you do not have a Stripe account, it's fine. You can always register and have one. And if you are not familiar with Stripe, Stripe is the leading payment processor in the world. So it is, of course, a business-to-business company, a B2B. So if you, for example, have bought something on Amazon, if you have bought something on almost your Netflix subscription, you've used Stripe, because these are all services that use Stripe. The only thing is, you as someone who is a consumer, you wouldn't know who they are. So let's go ahead and let's have a look at how it works. So if you've been on our website recently, you'll notice that we do have right here on top left events. So if you go ahead and you click on that, this will send you to our platform where you can register for an account, again, completely free. Of course, this is prompting you to sign in, but you can go ahead here and register for an account. It'll ask you to upload a logo, your organization name. It'll ask you for an email, and it'll ask you to connect to your Stripe account. So you can do so, and we'll show you right now the demo that we've created. So for demo purposes, we do have people that are connected on this call from various countries. Just for the demo, we did use the currency of pounds, but of course, you can use whatever currency that you deal with in your country. So of course, anything that your Stripe account is connected to as well. It's very interesting, because if you are dealing in pounds, but you are organizing, let's say, an activity in Europe, you can sell that specific activity in euros or any currency anywhere. So I'll show you the demo of the Mill Street Football Academy, which is a fictitious club that I've invented myself. I've created a few, of course, activities. This will look very familiar, because this looks like the platform that you've used yourself to register for the webinar. It is the exact same thing. The only thing that we've done is we've created an account for the webinars. So the process is the same. You've already registered to an activity. You've already clicked on it, seen how it is. And now we're just going to go ahead and show you how this translates from the back end. So here we are again. Once you sign in to your account, the first thing you will see is your dashboard. On your dashboard, you'll see your registration, your current activities, your last activities in revenue and such, and it is all here. If you want to click right under here onto events, you will see all your events, including if you have archived events, expired events, and such. This is good because if you have an event, for example, that you repeat every year and it's the exact same thing, you can just make a copy of that event and change the date. So we're going to go ahead and, for example, just click on summer football camps for boys. Again, fictitious activity, and we do have some people that registered from there. You can edit an event, you can duplicate an event, you can archive it if you must. You have the information. For now, we have 95 spaces available, 5 people registered, and this is the revenue so far. If you look at the participant list, you will, let's just click on Luis right here. And you'll see the information on Luis and all the registration questions, which are all customizable as per the event that you're putting. You can find notes here. These are notes that you can write within your organization. Again, I've mentioned that when you are on the field, if the coach is with the mobile, you can leave a note for them on this specific person and they will have it at hand. Very interesting. Optional extras, again, these are, we'll go into this when we create an event. You have the invoice detail and you have the past transaction. So you're going to see all the past transaction from this specific person. Of course, this is Luis Maher, and this is a child activity, so the contact, of course, is an adult, which could be the tutor or parent, in this case, John. Every participant, of course, if you want to go ahead and make some changes, if you want to withdraw a participant, issue a refund, you can go ahead, you can do partial refunds, you can do full refunds, you can do a refund without withdrawing the participant. You can transfer a person as well. Let's say that they've registered to an activity that they were not meant to register, they in the wrong age group. You can go ahead and transfer them. You can resend the email, because sometimes people make mistakes in writing their email, things that happen. So we went from event here. We're just going to go and click on registration. This would be all the registration that you have within the system since forever, since you've started. Of course, as mentioned, this is a demo, so there are not that many registered here, but this is good if you're looking, if you're searching for anyone here, you would just go ahead and you would just prompt the name. And the same thing as before, if you click on someone, you will see the information for this person and all their transactions and such. And of course, you could manage them from here. Discounts. As I've mentioned, the platform is, of course, a good way for you to sell your activities in a very professional way. I mean, whether they're using or buying it on mobile or doing it on computer, it's extremely, as you've experienced it, simple and straightforward to register. But the platform is also a very good way of upping your sale on a marketing point. So something I will repeat a lot, but for example, discounts. I won't get into the creation of discount code, but the platform allows you to create discount code. Per example, let's say you are doing a marketing campaign for International Women's Day, and you would like to create a discount for 10% off all women-related activity. You could just go ahead and create a discount, call it Women 10, let's say, and you could decide that this discount could be redeemed between this date to this date. Of course, the discount would only apply on women activities, so something you can do. And you could say as well that there are only 100 redemption for this discount code. So while you're doing your marketing on social media, only 100 discounts available, any sort of marketing technique that you can use. So discount code is a good way for this. Mailing list. We'll go through this when people can register to your mailing list, and I'll explain a few ways that people can register on your mailing list. Of course, as mentioned, these emails are all unverified because this is a demo. These are all fake emails, but anyone that registers to any activity, your mailing list and such, and this includes, if you go back to registration here, you will notice manage. What you can do there is you can export your mailing list. So of course, on a marketing side, if you are your registration, if you want to use them and add them in an external CRM, you can do so. You can export it. You will have an Excel with all or a sheet, I should say, that you can make an Excel with if you want, but you could have all the information of your participant on there. And for marketing purposes as well, if people are getting on your mailing list, you can use that for future promotions as well. So you can export that information onto HubSpot, onto MailChimp, onto any sort of platform that you use for these for marketing. So to show you how to create an activity, we're just going to go ahead here and have a quick look. So of course, we're going to take the same one here, which is the football, summer football camp, boys. And how to create an activity, you would go to create event. However, what we will do, just to get a better view here, we are going to select that activity and we are going to edit it, so that we do not start from scratch. So create an activity. First things first, event name, of course, you have a description, you have a picture, which of course translates to the way you have it right here, all very clean. You can add a capacity to the event, or you can make it unlimited. What the capacity will do is, while people are registering, if there are no more spots available, the activity will still be on there. What it'll do is that it will prompt people to register to a waiting list. So you do not lose any sort of cell per se. If you only have space for 20 people and then you have to remove someone, or someone has asked you to remove them, then of course you can go ahead and yourself go through that list or contact whoever. There are still spots available, and then the registration will open again, and you can go ahead and people can register, or you can register them yourself. So custom registration message, anything you want to add here. I added, for example, limited availability, registration closed June 15 at 5 p.m., for example. The description, the cover image, of course, the schedule. So this platform is to help you organize, of course, group activities. You can do a lot of clients, for example, in the UK, I'm thinking of one in particular, they will do like a club golf tournament. So not really nothing to do with campus and stuff like that, but it's still a club activity, it's still a group activity. But what I'm trying to say is it's an event that starts on one day and ends on the same day. So the platform, of course, it'll show on this day. But if it is an activity, for example, like a summer camp that here in Spain, for example, they start at the very end of June and they finish at the very end of August, the system will ask you what day of the week is this activity on. So of course, in this case, it would be from Monday to Friday. If you are doing any sort of clinics that are every Tuesday and Thursday night, then you can go ahead as well, and you could just put it as such. The platform will show you how you have it. Like, for example, right now we have it Monday to Friday from 9 to 3 p.m. Custom registration dates. You can do so. Of course, registration open. This is a great, again, marketing tool. You can post the activity now, but it could be that the registration only opens in 2 weeks from now. You can still start promoting it on your social and such, but maybe you're just not ready to get registration just yet. The activity will exist. It will be there. People will be able to see the information, contact you if they have any questions. The only thing is that for the moment, it will give you a countdown until when the registration opens, and it will prompt you to join our mailing list. So again, another good way to get people animated, to get people wanting to create a demand for your activities. So they would go ahead, and of course, when the countdown reaches 0 at the hour, the time that you say, the registration would be open. So if you are selling activities that are very high on demand, which is a very good problem to have, then people, of course, would have the same opportunity to register to that event. Location. Of course, the platform allows you to do online events, which is what we are doing right now. As mentioned, you use the platform to register for this activity. What they will receive is whatever is written in this square right here. So in this case, for example, you can put in the video link to the call, and you would have it in your email. If not, if it is a in-person event, they will receive a QR code with the information to the event once registered. In-person event, of course, you will put in the name of the location and the location address. What this will translate to, let's say they're on their phones, let's say your users are looking, where is this place? They can't remember. They can just go ahead and click on the map. This will prompt Google Map, open the map, and show you exactly where it is. So make sure you put in the right address here. because this is connected to Google Map, and it will it's a good tool to have for people when they're looking for where the event is at. Pricing. Sorry. So, as I've mentioned at the beginning of the call, we did have a few people that came in afterwards. So I'm just going to have a quick recap on pricing here. The platform is free to register. There's no setup fee, no monthly fee, no yearly fee. This is a tool that we have available for football clubs and football organization. We do realize that camps, for example, are not run all year round, so it's not a good pricing model for us. And what we're trying to do is offer a free tool for our users. So the way this works is we take let's just put an activity, let's say at 100. We take a 3% of every sale that goes through the platform. Now, how this can be done, what you can do is that you can add a service charge. So by adding a service charge, what this does is that basically the platform ends up being completely free for you to use. So the service charge, of course, will then be it's the same service charge that you would see if you were buying a plane ticket or a movie cinema entrance. It's custom. It's quite normal nowadays to use. And also people, while registering, they will not get a fear of once they go through the whole process, why did the price went up 20 euros. It's right from the get-go. You have it here, register for, and you have the price right here. It's not a surprise that they're going to get at the end of like many concert platform that you end up registering to go see a concert, and by the end of it, which the fees are extremely high, by the end of it you have a surprise that your concert ticket costed you £50 more than what you thought it would. So right from the get-go, straightforward. And of course the platform, as I said, the idea is to have a powerful platform for anyone in football, and for it to be free of charge for your organization. So you can go ahead, you can add a service charge. If you don't want to put a service charge, you can always adapt your price, knowing that we are going to take 10% of this price. So the platform allows you to accept split payments. So of course, if you have an activity that you are selling for 2,000, it's possible that you want to have a deposit amount, let's say of 500, let's just say, and then the system allows you to see who has paid the full amount, who is pending a deposit. And of course, you can send a payment link when the time that comes that they need to finish the payment for the activity. So again, another great tool. Accept discount code. This is just to add on this specific activity the place to put in their discount code. Multiple registration. You can allow your users to allow multiple registration. When activated, this will prompt you to ask you if you want to add a group discount. Another great way of doing discounts, as you know, especially for children's activity, oftentimes if you have more than one kid that register, you get a discount. So for example, I've created conditions here for this demo. The conditions are: discount applies to members of the same family, discounts increase by 10%. So let's say, for example, you get 2 or more, you get a discount of 150. You get 4 or more, you get a discount of 300. So you can go ahead and you add your own rules as per the discounts that you do. Refund policy. On the main page right now, you will see, please contact the organizer to learn more about your refund policy. It's a good practice for you to add your own refund policy, of course, for any sort of to avoid, I would say, any sort of issues. And if you want to go one step further while you are creating the registration questions, you can go ahead and add a question to ask if they accept the terms and conditions, for example. Additional information, hidden event. If you are organizing events that are for a specific group of people, you can activate hidden event. What this will do is that this event will exist, but it will not be on your main page here. So you will have yourself to send the link to these group of people so that they can register. If you want to take it one step forward, you can activate a password. So they would need to have the password to register to this specific event. You can add a custom registration email. So this would be any kind of information that once they've registered, that they would receive, something that is not necessarily in the description, but that you can add. Good example, on the first day of the camp, please show up 15 minutes in advance so that we can, whatever you want to put on there. Our parking is located at, anything you want to put. So add a custom registration email. You can add a nominal code as well if this is something that your organization requires. The registration questions, you will require a phone number. So the way this works, why this is a toggle and not a question that you can add, is because on the mobile version, then this will prompt you to just, let's say you are looking for this person, it'll prompt you when you are on their page there to just give them a quick call. Separate contact detail, of course, Guardian, if you are dealing with a children's activity, you will need to ask for the contact information and the participant information. So this is what this toggle will do. It'll do the difference between, because obviously if it is an adult that is registering, the contact and the participant is the same person. Now, questions, you can add any sort of questions to your registration. You can go ahead, you can do so. You can add a single line question, multiple line question, single selection, multiple selection, yes, no, date. You can make required questions. You can make mandatory pardon questions. You can make questions that are not mandatory. Of course, if you are asking something like, do you have any injuries that we should know of? This would be a good, for example, mandatory question as well. Do you accept the photo consent? Do you accept your pictures of your child being taken during the camp and such? And if you want to add some questions that are not mandatory, a good example, again, on the marketing side, where did you hear about this camp? On social media, on our website. So you can go ahead and personalize this field basically however you want. Optional extra is something that we've added not that long ago. There is a demand, and there was a demand for our users to upsell their activities. For example, let's say you are having a camp and you are not providing shirts, or maybe you are providing a shirt, but you'd like to upsell some sweatshirts, then you can go ahead and you can put in merchandising or as an example, and you would put in the quantity, the price. So for example, let's say we're going to put sweatshirts here, and then you would add, we have small, and then we have, this would be for your own personal information there, how much you have in the, not in the back office, but how much you have available, basically. Let's say you have 60 available, perfect. So you sell them for 45 pounds, and then we go ahead here, we can add medium. You have, let's say, that's the amount you have. We're going to add, again, the same price, and L, and these ones we have, oh, we have the same amount here. So for 45 euros. So as people are purchasing them, they don't have to, but as people are purchasing them, the quantity will go down. So your stock, the word I was looking for, your stock will be updated accordingly. So of course, if you are organizing any sorts of, if you're doing like football tour operator and you would like people to, let's say, select a transport from the airport to the hotel and such. This is something you can do. Basically, this is any sort of activity that you can put a quantity and or a price to it, because it doesn't need to be something that you're selling neither. It could be, we have a time slot available at this hour and we have 4 available. So again, it's a type of question that you can upsell your activities, but as well, just for overall management, anything that can have a quality and or a price. Organizer contact detail, of course, the platform, if let's go back here on our activity, that it'll put whatever name of the user that is connected. This is me right now. This is me who created the activity, so my name came here on just automatically. But what this will do is, let's say your people, your users are looking at this and they're like, oh, okay, and then contact the organizer, please contact Alicia Fraser, and then it'll prompt them to send you an email. So easy tool, everything connected, no need for people to look for your email, to look for your information, and it just makes everything more straightforward. So you would go ahead here and you would just create the activity, which in this case, if we were starting from scratch, and then the event would show as this one. We just went through the whole process of creating an activity, of course, by entering all the information. But one thing that I did not say and that I kept for the end is that the platform does use AI. So if you want to create an activity using AI and save time, we also have the option that you can just write in all your information. We are doing a summer camp for boys between this age and this age. It starts on as it says here, the 8th of October until the 10th of October, from 10 p.m. to whatever the price is this. You go ahead and you click create, and the AI will automatically transfer all that information onto the list that we just created. So this is a good way as well to save time. And another good way of saving time, I mentioned before, you can duplicate activities. So it always feels like a lot of information to put in at first, but creating an activities becomes really a simple thing to do. So the platform, of course, works as any other platform would. You do have your profile. You have you want to update your password. You want to add 2-factor authentication. You go ahead and you can do all of this here. The platform allows you to have various team members. There are 2 distinct level of team members. You can add, of course, as many team members as you want, in the sense where, of course, you might have a few coaches, like I said, on the field that needs the platform, and you might have on organization level. Now, the 2 tiers that you can have are admin level and coordinator level. What this is, so of course, an admin, this is an admin platform. On the admin, you see the income, you see the information to your Stripe account and such, things that someone who is on the field would not need to have access to. So there is, as I mentioned, a coordinator platform. The coordinator view, as an admin, you get access to it, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. This is the coordinator view. It's been designed for mobile, so it's, of course, more mobile friendly, and it'll show you when you log in exactly like this. So you have, of course, less options here. You have your active events for today. We have nothing today, but let's look at the upcoming activities. If we go to summer football camps for boys, you have all the information. If you want to send a quick email to the participants, if you want to check people in, of course, right now we have some 5 people registered, but if you want to look for someone, you can search for them by name or email, or the QR code. This is where it comes in. When they receive their email, they have a QR code. You can go ahead, use your phone, scan the QR code, and this will open the profile right on this person's profile. So you have all the information. Again, we are with Luis, and we have the contact of John, his father or guardian, and phone. You need to contact them. You can just go ahead and make a phone call, email them. You just want to check them in because they've just checked in for the day. You are checked in. And of course, if you do have any doubts about this person, you want to see all the registration question. You can see that they have allergies or dietary restriction. Yes, they did give consent to the photo consent. You have all the information here, including if they purchase any sort of optional extras. And as I've mentioned before, the notes that you can write in the platform to keep them internally. So you would get all of this here. So then you would get information on another kid. You could go ahead and just go ahead and find that other kid. So as I mentioned, this is what a coordinator would see, but you as an admin, you do get the toggle to go between back and forth, one and the other. So go ahead here, and we are back on the admin view. Billing, if you need to issue any sort of bills for your organization, the platform allows you, of course, to generate bills for every monthly cycle. Settings, we are going to go ahead here and have a quick look. Setting is where you give personality to your page, I would say. So the organization name, organization email, you can add something about the organization. You can add your privacy and terms. Your branding, of course, you can upload your logo, which in theory you will upload when you create your account, but you can go ahead and change it here. You can change as well the color of the button for registration. Domain-wise, there's no need for you to purchase a domain. If you do have your own website, that's fine. And if you don't have your own website, that's fine as well. You can just use this one as your main website. But if you do have a website, what you can do is use the domain that we give you and link it, let's say, to your events, or link it directly to your social media or anything that you use to sell your activities. The domain that we give you is your organization. In this case, for example, I would be the Mill Street FC, just to keep it short, .FutbolJobs.events. So that would be your domain. There's no need for you to purchase a domain. And like I said, it's easy link. You decide what you put in. So you have it as such. Location, these are just your settings. You can have in for now, English, Spanish, and French, but we are adding new languages almost weekly. So we do have a demand for quite as we know, the world of football is expanding very, very fast. So something that's very good. Advanced option, quite a few things here. You want to remove not show your logo because let's say you don't have one, or you don't want to show the name because your logo is your name. You can do so. You want to show past event. You want to enable search bar. You want to force two-factor authentication for your users. All things that you can do, pretty straightforward. You want to deactivate AI learning. You can deactivate it as you wish. You want to not receive email notification every time someone gets registered. You can deactivate that. If you're dealing with a high number of registration, you can do so. Your Stripe account, you get access to your dashboard. People who will purchase your activities will be able to pay with Apple Pay, Google Pay, use Link, pay by credit card, anything basically that makes a platform like this important. It's nowadays everyone uses the way of doing a sale is the Amazon way, is in the straight arrow, information, fill in your information, payment, good to go. So the platform is very good for sales. It's not going to keep your users spinning around and lose interest and not purchase. And then there's a bunch of other options here. If in the future you want to have a point of sale registered terminal, these are all options that Stripe offers, and this is something that you can contact us personally, and we will gladly help you in setting anything up. Support. If you have any questions, you can easily contact us. That being said, we do have our very own team of programmers that are always working on the platform. So if there is to be an issue, we would find out before you, hopefully. But if you are having an issue, if you need help in creating an activity, it is your first time creating an activity, then please get in contact with us, ask for help, and we will gladly help you in anything you need. You get a quick button here to your public site, which is what your website looks like that you want to share with people. And of course, the coordinator view that we've talked about. So this is, in a nutshell, the back end of the FutbolJob event management platform. Of course, as I've mentioned, should you have any questions, please take notes of eventos@futboljob.com. I will send you an email shortly with a link to this video call in case you would like to have a reference of it, and as well a presentation that will explain a little bit what we talked about today. So thank you very much for joining us this morning here in beautiful Alicante, Spain. And hopefully we get to talk to you soon. So I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think we're good. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and let's get in contact.